going to be discussing Lab 4 today. In Lab 4, you're going to be demonstrating to me the increased skills that you are learning for word processing using Microsoft Word. In Lessons 8 and 9, you'll be adding some skills to your skill set in using Microsoft Word. What I have here is what's due for the lab for this week. You're going to be completing the Apply Your Skills exercise 8.3 on page 240, and the Apply Your Skills exercise 9.2 on page 280. I have instructions here that explain what you need to do, but I'm going to go through these step by step. For exercise 8.3, you're going to be opening the AS-formatting document. That's what you see here in front of you. This document, you are going to be formatting it as the line states. For instance, line 1 states, format this line with the Comic Sans MS font. So I'm going to highlight this line by pressing down on my left mouse button at the beginning of the line and then pulling across so that I have it highlighted. I'm then going to go up to the font section on the Home tab of the ribbon, and I'm going to choose the font selector and find the Comic Sans MS font. So I'm going to select here, and there's a whole series of fonts. I can just scroll down until I find the font, or I could actually just start typing the name in, and it will give me the name of the font. Once you've found the font that you want to select, you just choose that font from the list, and it will then format the line with that font. You're going to be doing that to each of the lines in this document. There will be certain areas where it'll say insert a particular symbol. For instance, this one says insert a symbol from the Wingdings font here. What I can do here is go to the end of the line. I can go to the Insert tab on the ribbon, choose the symbol item from the Symbols group, and go to the bottom where it says More Symbols. Here I can choose the Symbols tab and choose Wingdings, and these are the Wingding fonts. So I can place a happy face if I wish to in my document. There are other types of characters that you can put in as well. I recommend spending some time looking through here and seeing what your options are. Okay, once you're done doing all the work as it states on this document, you're going to save this and upload it to Moodle. For the second part of the lab, you're going to be doing Apply Your Skills 9.2. For this, you need to open the AS Success document. What you see in front of you is the AS Success document when it's opened. It's got a lot of problems in it, as you can see. By the red underlines, it indicates that there are some spelling errors. One of the first things it asks you to do in the book is to run the spelling checker and make any changes as necessary. The second part of it, it says tap enter enough times to place the insertion point at approximately the 1-inch point. If you look over here, this is a ruler that is displayed. You have a ruler at the left and you have a ruler at the top. You can place the insertion point at the top of the document and press the enter key until you're approximately at the 1-inch point. As you can see here, if I come across, that's approximately the 1-inch point. If you cannot see the rulers in your Word program, you can come over here to the right scroll bar and go just above it, and there's this little marker here. If you press on that, that turns on and off the rulers. I want to take a moment here to talk about the indents and the margins. This is an area where a lot of students have some confusion. If you look at the top of the document, here on the ruler on the left side and the right side, you'll notice these gray markers. You'll also see them on the other ruler at the top and the bottom of the document. These are the margins. This is an area where the document will not have any words. This is an area that's set aside to have it stand off from the edge, and also because a printer cannot typically print all the way to the edge of a document. You can change the way the document prints to some extent by changing what are known as the indents. These markers here are the indents. This is the right indent. This is the left indent. The left indent is composed of several different areas. We'll talk about those. The indenting works on a particular paragraph. So if I place my cursor within a particular paragraph, this happens to be this one here. The reason I know it's a paragraph is I could go back and turn on my formatting markers and see that this line has a paragraph marker at the end of it. So from here to here, between these two paragraph markers, is a paragraph. So for instance, if I wish to stand off this particular paragraph from the right edge, I can grab the right indent and pull it in. Let's say I wanted to pull it to the 5-inch point. That will move this line in and compress it. I can also do the same thing on the other side. Now here I have to grab this little square item at the bottom to pull the entire indent. That pulls the entire document. You notice how this is compressed. On the left-hand side, we have a few other options. One is called the hanging indent. That's the one on the bottom. That's the little triangle here. The little triangle at the top is called the first line indent. If I grab this top one and pull it over, it's going to pull the first line in. It's called a first line indent. If I pull it back and I grab that center one and pull it over, you'll notice that it's all the other lines below the first line are indented. It's known as a hanging indent. Okay, when you've completed working the document, going through and doing all of the requirements on the Apply Your Skills 9.2 lab, this is what your document should look like. You're going to make sure that you have all the indents correct. You're going to make sure that you have the line numbers here, that you have the correct indenting, etc. This is what I'll be looking for when I grade. Okay, good luck to you.